This is FanStream Sports.
Can I please have your attention? And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
The following program is recommended for mature individuals and may contain material unsuitable for morons, cretins, and dishwipes. If you are a moron, please turn off your radio, because we don't need any more stupid, narrow-minded, pencil-neck geeks who wouldn't know the First Amendment if it came up and bit them on the butt. Thank you.
Yes! Here we go!
I guess I want to take this opportunity to tell you a little bit about my pants.
Yeah. Welcome into the Colby Sapp and IndyCarTim show. That show you've chosen to click on because I don't know why the hell you would, but you're here now, and congratulations. We are about to do a show for you. I am the Colby Sapp in the Colby Sapp and IndyCarTim show, and the guy that is in the IndyCarTim slot is IndyCarTim and not Dynasty Man, Phil. What's up, Tim?
I didn't do it, Colby.
Yeah, man.
Welcome to your show. You about to make fun of me?
I mean, I might be, seeing as how I just sent out to the Twitterverse and Facebook.
I saw it.
Is Tim is stupid? Come watch.
It's true. You're not lying.
By the way, if you have downloaded this and you are listening to this via the downloaded podcast and you would like to have a chance to send your thoughts and comments to us, but there's not a spot in the place that you downloaded the podcast to do that, you can do that via the 214-937-0569. That is the FanStream Sports text line. And really and truly, for all of our shows, your guys are the ones that use it the most. So use it more, but go ahead and do that for our download people that want to ask us questions about why are we so dumb. Well, we'll get into that. The show is going to be great. And we are going to get into all the things that involve the Rangers, along with a little bit of college football talk, because that's around the corner. We
Just
got
for you.
the good, the bad, and the ugly with all of the birthdays that ensue on this day. Mystery Shotgun involves what is Giancarlo Esposito going to be in the MCU? I have that answer, and if you'd like that answer, please stick around. The 8:30 second is power segment is power ranking the 6 primetime Dallas Cowboys games in 2024 power ranking. So this is a double shot of sports for all you guys that are saying, hey, talk more sports.
Yeah!
We're doing it, pal. And that's that story. Let's move on to the next story. And then we finish off with news and notes. And yes, I did find plenty of things from Florida to talk about.
Did you get the one I sent you?
I did get the one you sent me. And that will be thrown in as well.
It means I matter to the show.
Yes, so, yes, he found a fireworks story because we promised fireworks story because those always happen after Independence Day weekend because you nutballs can't control the fact of setting things on fire and also possibly yourself.
You know what doesn't mix well? Alcohol and fireworks.
They really don't, but it's called upon to happen.
Yes, they're both fun individually. I mean, except for fire. I will do that for another segment, but I don't like fireworks anymore.
What?
Like, I like watching them from afar, like right, from way far away.
You don't occasionally still have Roman candle wars with your neighbors?
No, I am out 1,000. It's been that way for a couple of years. I get invited over for 4th of July fireworks happenings.
You've never slightly damaged somebody else's vehicle because that bottle rocket that you shot, the dog knocked the bottle over and it launched it into that SUV that might have had its windows down? It's never happened to me, by the way.
Or I might have just aimed it in the wrong spot.
Oh.
But it's been a long time since I've done all that. Just not into it anymore.
Yeah,
Scares me.
Ever watch a bottle rocket skid through where you've had the called the kiddie area and you're just hoping all kids came out unscathed? They did, but
they did.
For a little bit there, everybody was super scared.
We did.
It's never happened to me either. But I did want to I did want to delve into a little bit of what is the minds of those that are behind the Colby Sapp and IndyCarTim show. And we're not going to start with Tim because that would be just giving away the gold that just happened in the pre-show meeting.
Literally right before we went on the air.
So I do a lot of driving, and in driving, I do a lot of just turning off all forms of entertainment and just thinking about stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them is the whole term that used to be thrown around a lot, take it like a man, has a whole different meaning in 2024, and I'm not going to get into it.
All right.
Just saying. But the other thing that came into my
going
mind...
mudding?
The other thing that came... Well, I'm going to rephrase that. The other thing that popped up in my head... Wait, I don't know how to phrase anything right now. The other thing that did was I was driving around and I was like, Tim, I have an idea. I want to create a breakfast cereal.
Colon blow?
No. I want to create a breakfast cereal based on the drink of the astronauts.
Tang.
Yes.
Love me some Tang.
I want to create like Cheerios, but they're Tangos. And I want the spokesperson to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I want the commercial to be filmed, and at the end of it, he just has his bowl of cereal, and he looks at the camera and goes, I eat Tangos for breakfast. Isn't that amazing?
So you've thought about this in great detail. This wasn't just a happening that flew through your brain.
It was just literally flew through my brain at rapid speed and got to Arnold Schwarzenegger talking, dressed in full combat gear, because Tangos, ladies and gentlemen, are the bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
And to have him say, I eat Tangos for breakfast, that would be amazing.
So how would Tangos taste in milk? Like with the orange flavor and then the milk mesh well?
Sure. I don't even care about flavor right now.
Okay, well, that's important in a cereal.
I think the catchphrase carries the cereal and makes it viral.
That's where my brain goes first, is how are these going to taste?
I'm not selling them to you, Tim. I'm selling them to
breakfast
people
cereal.
that eat Tide Pods and stuff. They don't care.
Like they might.
They don't care about flavor anymore. I mean, some of them do.
Is there a warning label? Yes, then I'm eating it.
Right. They've eaten so many things that thrown off their palate that it doesn't matter anymore.
So if the cereal is called Tango,
right, shouldn't
the mascot be Cash?
I mean, it should be. It should be, but I think I'm just going to go with the whole, because that's for a later alliteration.
Okay.
That's when we do our giveaways.
Okay.
Instead of a piece of crap little toy, it'll be like you could get up to like $1 in here.
That's going to cost us a lot of money.
It is, but most of it's just going to be a couple of pennies. Right? Because you never got the main prize.
No.
For that one guy that gets the actual tank, and then the main prize will be like, I don't know, $1 million, but nobody ever wins it.
No, because we have to keep that to pay for the pennies in the boxes.
Right. Right.
And the extra shipping, because now they weigh more.
Because that will be the big bonus, is it'll be the Tango and Cash giveaway. And that's when we'll get Kurt Russell and Sylvester
Stallone in costume.
In costume to do the commercial.
See, now that gives me an idea. I feel like we need a Tango and Cash Part 2 now.
Of course
Revival.
We do.
And they have to eat tangos on the show.
Because also coming up in Mystery Shotgun, there's another sequel coming out that I don't know if we need, but it's happening. It's happening.
Never stopped them before.
The movie poster is already out. I knew it was happening. I just thought this will never make it past. Like all the other shows that I think will never make it past, the whole screenwriting and to find somebody and all that. This won't make it past it. This won't do it. It did.
And yet here we are.
It did. It's been filmed and they've already got a poster out about it. But
already?
Yes.
Are you gonna share? You didn't share this with me yet.
I didn't share it with you because I thought you were. Yeah, I guess I should.
That's all right. I'll just surprisingly pull up the poster to put online.
So we have that, but now that we've delved into my brain a little bit, let's take a little time to delve into the brain that is the bearded man, the bigger bearded man that's also on your screen, and that's one IndyCarTim. As we were doing mic checks, and here's what happened. He says check 1 2, And then I do my hello and welcome to Movie Phone. To which Tim goes, time and temperature brought to you by Frost Bank. To which I say, man, I wonder how much Frost Bank paid for that advertisement. To which he then rattles off, who owned time and temperature, by what bank owned that actual number from like its inception to when it stopped being a thing.
Late 70s.
Yeah, he rattled off like 8 banks in a row that I don't have to go Google check because of his confidence level of the things that he was talking about.
I remember.
I want to tell you that when I said that throwaway comment of I wonder how much they paid for that advertisement and whatnot, my mom still doesn't know what I do.
She just wants to hear the Airwolf theme.
Right. But yeah, man, as I sat and I was just throwaway thing. It's an unanswerable question. Nobody should have that ready. He didn't have to open a file cabinet. He didn't have to Google anything. It's something that he just had.
It was right there, ready to fire off.
And it was like, asking somebody how their garden grows. You don't actually want them to tell you all the things that went into making that garden. They were just like, yeah, no, it just does. That's the answer to that. Or who could know? Not ever. I mean, it was like Frost Bank. It was
Republic Bank was the first in Dallas.
And then MSNBC owned it or something. I don't know.
Dallas County State Bank.
I blacked out, man.
Nations Bank.
Yes.
Which then became NCNB.
Yeah, there it is.
Which stood for North Carolina National Bank, but they were in Texas, weirdly enough.
NCNB?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Then they own a news channel now?
MSNCNB. Mm-hmm. I don't know why all that's just like right there. I have no idea. Obviously, I didn't prep for the answer. It just sort of popped out.
It frustrates the hell out of me because I'll ask him something about something that he watched like 2 days ago. And he'll be like, oh, man, I don't know if I can remember that.
That also happened today.
Yes, this did. Because I was like, hey, are you ready to talk about the Crap-A-Lite and Mystery Shotgun? He was like, oh, yeah. I watched that Thursday. I can't remember most of it.
I really can't.
But he can tell me the exact initials to a bank that was in the 70s that once owned the time and temperature phone line.
I don't know. Look, I don't know why this happens to me. It just does. It's a weird ability. I'm also really good with numbers. I remember my first ex-wife's driver's license number, bank account number, and social security number. All right there, ready to fire off. Actually, all 3 of my ex-wives I can do that for.
Let me tell you something, Tim. Sometimes when I'm filling out something, I have to go look at my driver's license again just to remember my address.
Now, look, I will tell you, there is a challenging time when I walk up to a gas station to put gas in my car, and then it weirdly asks me for my zip code.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what I have to do sometimes? Not every time. Sometimes I have to go through and do my whole address to remember my zip code. Like I have to go, like the number, street, city, state, and then it comes right out if I do it in order.
See, yeah, but you've moved around too a little bit.
Dude, I've had the same zip code, though, for way more than 10 years.
Okay. Yeah, because I've lived in this same spot for a long-ass time. And still, I'll be like,
I probably 15. I bet I've had the same zip code for 15 years.
is that a 5 or a 6?
And for some reason, if you just ask me, I'm like, and I know it's going to ask me. Like, I should already have it filed away and ready to go and pulled up. But no.
My apartment has the digital, like, number lock on it. Like, we don't have keys anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
For your door?
Yeah.
Wow, that's high-toned.
So you walk up to it, and, like, if somebody asks me what that number is, like, my kids are, like, trying to get in the door, hey, what's the number? I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you, but when I walk up to it, I can go
Yeah.
and then I'm
Muscle memory.
I've remembered it in this forearm. That's
Gotta do
where
it
I
backwards.
remembered it at. So if you're wondering why sometimes we go down crazy ditches, is because Tim has funky memory. I think about tangos and that my arm actually remembers most of my numbers. So
And our brains actually work opposite of each other.
yes.
Like, there's crap that I don't even know about in my brain that he could rattle off, and then vice versa. So when we pull the show into a ditch, it just goes further and further because we can start going deeper individually, and then before we know it, we're mudding.
Well, we're in the doo-doo anyway.
We're way in the doo-doo.
We're way in the doo-doo. So if you want to follow us there, weirdly enough,
Welcome to the doo-doo.
then we're not renaming the show the doo-doo. We are going to get into our first actual scheduled segment of the night.
Still have those?
Yes, as it's time for me to look at Tim and say, hey, Tim,
Hey, Colby.
what day is it today, bud?
Well, thank you for asking. Preach.
Uh-huh.
I hate when people say that.
You just hate when people shorten things.
I do. I really do. Just use the damn word.
Man, I'm tired.
I don't even like the word thanks. Say thank you.
No, thanks. And how about the fact that I don't even actually spell out thanks anymore? I just spell out thank with an X.
You could just write THX like everybody else.
No, then I think the sound's about to happen.
Then you think that we're about to get some of this. If I can play it. I don't know if I can
You
play
can't. We'll be demonetized or whatnot.
it. This is a different one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Oh, that wasn't it.
Our sound effects are great.
They are. I'm bored of it now.
Uh-huh.
Colby, today, it is Monday. It's not hump day.
Yep.
By the way, for everybody that's new to the show, we are live every Monday and Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Time. On FanStream Sports, fanstreamsports.com, TikTok, YouTube, the Twitter, the X, Facebook, and the Instagram.
For those out there in TikTok land, there will be a point in time where you'll be able to see both of us as soon as Tim figures that out.
Got to figure that out, though. It's not happening right now. I tried, before the other show, and I still couldn't do it. Colby, today, for you,
Uh-huh.
National Video Game Day.
Oh, man, I love video games. I love
Have you been to the Video Game Museum over there in Frisco?
I have not.
Been a couple of times with the boys. When they were little, it meant more, but now they just ask me too many questions. It's not fun anymore.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, would I go in there and be like, oh, that was cool when that was there? Yeah, I'd much rather I want to just play video games.
Yeah, you hate history.
Yeah, history sucks.
Even your own.
Why do I got to know?
See?
I don't got to know.
You don't got to know stuff.
Uh-uh.
Colby, it is National Be a Kid Again Day.
Every day.
I mean, I've never grown up. I'm still a Toys R Us kid, even if that doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
How about, I feel like this needs to make a return. But you won't because you hate history.
Okay.
International Town Criers Day. We need to bring back the town crier.
No, we don't.
We do.
Nuh-uh.
Or is that just what, Twitter is now?
That's just the internet now. No, I don't need some guy outside my door going, and this happened today.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Mama baked bread today.
Bought a new shirt today. What's your name?
What?
What's your name? I don't think I could recite that whole thing. So yeah, International Town Criers Day. I would absolutely love to have Town Criers back.
No.
Colby,
No town criers, no John Crier. Let's just leave it all alone.
nothing wrong with Ducky. What about Math 2.0 Day?
No, man. Shut up.
I don't even like Math 1.0.
No, Math 1.0 is fine. I can get there just as fast as everybody else can get there with old school math.
Yep. Instead of that Common Core crap, or whatever they call it these days.
Ends up looking like you and somebody else is playing a game of tic-tac-toe, and yet you come up with, no, man, shut up. Let me do my thing.
I took 2 kids out of school and homeschooled them because of Common Core math. I said, you ain't learning that garbage. Because then I'll have to support you for the rest of my life.
It just screwed with me when my kids would be like, hey, no, that's not how we do it anymore. And I'm just looking at them. This was back when it first was a thing.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't have time to adjust because all my kids are in their 20s. But, yeah, man, just staring at it going, well, I can't help with your math anymore.
No, I couldn't. And I tell the teacher that. I'm like, quit sending this crap home.
Right.
I blame the teacher.
No,
I mean, I probably shouldn't have, but I did.
Well, you shouldn't have because
Especially
it
when
was
they were ugly. She was cute. I wouldn't.
because everybody was, it was a new thing and they had to teach that. So they had to go learn that too.
So gross. Another thing when I think of the word gross,
all right.
National Blueberry Day.
Blueberries are amazing. You shut your mouth.
The only thing blueberries are good for, Colby, are muffins. I love blueberry muffins.
No, just give me some blueberries. Just give me,
I don't feel like you're supposed to do that.
yeah, man. They're great.
Like, aren't they poison or something?
No, they're amazing.
Why are they blue?
I don't know why are grapes purple.
They're green.
If you buy green grapes,
Why are there different colored grapes?
I mean,
Is that what wine they come from?
yeah, that's exactly it. They went out and they poured wine in the field and grapes appeared. I think we got this reversed.
Either green grapes or red grapes, depending on if it's a white wine or a red wine, right?
Oh, dump the shard out. We'll get.
What if you mix them? Get a nice blend.
Yeah, that's where you get the cotton candy grapes now.
Gross.
Oh man,
Why
those
do
are great.
No.
Those are amazing. Shut your face.
Come on. Colby, I almost had one of these right before the show.
What's that?
I was on my way to the vending machine to get a Hershey candy bar with almonds.
Ah,
But somehow I ended up at Jersey Mike's and got a sandwich instead. I was really hungry. I didn't have dinner. But it is National Chocolate with Almonds Day.
ooh. I guess maybe during one of the breaks I will go get chocolate.
And I might have to because I still want one. They don't have a lot of options in our building's vending machine,
They do not.
but they do have the Hershey's with almonds. And that is amaze balls. Colby, how about National Denise Day?
Denise.
Is that a fat name?
No. Every Denise I've known has been a cutie.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I think I've known both.
I haven't. I don't remember a non-cutie.
National Catherine Day?
No, you can't be Catherine. You got to go by Cat, right?
Or Katie?
Katie's a give up.
Not when it's spelled Kati. That's the hottest form of Katie there is.
No, you can't be like that. You can't go against the norm and all of a sudden start throwing I's and things if you don't like other people doing strange things with their names. You can't do that.
I mean, there's Katie, which I feel like is the normal, right? And
Okay.
then there's Katey. I've seen those. Cati. I've seen that before. I almost called her Caddy.
Right.
But National Catherine Day. Happy Catherine Day to all of you fatsies out there. Except for you, one that you know who you are. Colby, it's National Freezer Pop Day.
Man, freezer pops are amazing.
I just feel like it's a poor man's popsicle, right? I'd just rather go get popsicles.
The Powerade freezer pops are really good.
I didn't know they made those.
They do.
Weird
And
Powerade flavors.
they're just red or blue.
Oh.
But yeah, man, any of those, I like freezer pops. Actually, my favorite thing to do as a snack is get a freezer pop and then drop some tahini on that MFer. Boy, that's good.
How about National Ice Cream Sundae Day?
I'm all right with it.
You like banana splits?
I do like banana splits.
Like made the actual banana split way with, we get a scoop of vanilla with fudge on it.
Right,
A scoop of chocolate with marshmallow on it.
right.
A scoop of strawberry with strawberry topping on it. And then the 2 bananas, whipped cream, nuts, cherries. Dude, I'm all about that.
Do like that. The sundae is especially like a brownie sundae.
Uh-huh.
Always something I go for. But you know what? I say always something I go for. Again, I have to be picky choosy with my ice cream. I've got to go buy it at the store because most places that have these wonderful things don't have that other option. They might now. I've not been inside them.
Baskin Robbins does not because I demanded that they don't.
Okay, well, you suck. There's some of us that would love to go enjoy Baskin Robbins without having to turn our buttholes into a water sprinkler.
You know what yogurt's for? Can't you just eat yogurt?
No,
It's
just
non-dairy, right?
okay. You have to get the lactose-free yogurt because we're not getting it. It's not the same as ice cream, dude.
No, I get it. Yogurt's disgusting.
No, yogurt's amazing.
Like froyo. I'm talking about froyo. Like I got yogurts in the cup. Like I dig that. But I mean like froyo.
I've never looked to see if froyo would be that. Now, my favorite is the macadamia nut ice cream. That's amazing.
Pecans, pralines, and cream, Colby. Other than that, just give me vanilla.
Oh, no. Give me
That's all I
everything.
want.
If you want to just throw everything. Again, one of my favorite things was the peanut butter cup ice cream with the big chunks of peanut butter cups in it. And then drop some potato chips on that MFer. Boy, it's
All right, here we go.
Fat.
Here we go. Colby ruining a good thing again. Look, I just started putting potato chips on my sandwich. Don't ruin my ice cream.
I'm telling you. You like peanuts on your ice cream?
Mm-hmm. So I don't need chips. I already have my peanuts.
No, it's even better.
No.
Because it's just a little bit saltier.
You like salty. How about National Love Your Skin Day? I feel like we love skin.
Yeah.
I'd do anything for skin.
I mean, he's a good dude.
He's a good dude.
He is.
And then there's two very confusing days here, Colby, to wrap up. What day is it? I'm going to try to pronounce this one. Because it's all one word.
Okay.
And these always confuse me because it's not American. So I turn the music down for this. One of Us is Missing Day.
What?
I literally just figured it out as I was reading it. So it's One of Us is Missing, but all in one word. Like, why do you have to do that? Whether you're reaching out for comfort or offering a shoulder to cry on, you can participate.
Oh.
I can't participate if I can't read it.
You know why?
Why?
Why they did it like that?
Is it supposed to be hashtag?
No. Well, maybe. But also maybe it's time to shorten the space between us.
All right, Colby.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Say that again.
Maybe it's supposed to shorten the space between us.
I'm out. Don't know why. It's probably unnecessary. And then Folby?
Got a new name, everybody.
I'm trying to say finally Colby, and it just came out Folby. Christian McCaffrey. Colby, it is Scud Day.
Scud?
S-C-U-E. Jesus Christ. Is there an E in Scud?
No. What are you?
I don't know. Scud Day on National Savor the Comic. Unplug the Drama Day, ditch the drama, and embrace the humor.
They named it after missiles with no targeting systems?
Scuds, right?
Scuds.
Huh.
Okay.
That's what we ended it with.
All right.
I don't approve of that. Here, I'm going to end it with a different one.
Okay.
I'm going to go to yesterday.
Why?
Because that was all of them for today. Here we go, Colby. Let's end it with yesterday was Build a Scarecrow Day. You ever built a scarecrow?
Yes, actually I have.
Like for Halloween?
There's, putting the hay out there and wrapping it in Grandpa's clothes and stuff.
That'd be Grandpa's clothes.
Because that's what I used.
Instead of your own?
Mm-mm. No.
Poor Grandpa. Follow me. Where's my shirt?
Oh, it was his coveralls.
Where's my coveralls, Folby?
Mm-hmm. It was his coveralls.
That was really cool when you invented that hair cutting thing that was a vacuum, too.
Yeah, that's right. The Floby.
The Folby.
Yep.
Wow. What the hell is wrong? I feel like we need to transition, though.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and call for the transition?
It's time for us to stop doing what day is it today and then head right into when the screen swipes and tells you the title. I'll tell you it's time for the Colby Sapp and IndyCarTim Sports Report.
All right, we have to get serious, Colby.
We do.
Yeah, we got to get serious about this.
All right, then.
Because there are bad things coming out of the globe.
Are they?
Well, if what I'm hearing is true, yes. Because I don't want them to tear this thing down yet. And that's everything I'm hearing says that Chris Young is about to sell everything and start over.
Okay.
I mean, I'm talking Max Scherzer,
Right.
the injured Jacob deGrom, Adolis Garcia. Everybody that we have is on the market.
Well, first of all, they are doing what you would think any good GM would do, and you and I both agree that Chris Young is one of those, right?
Mm-hmm.
So his idea is that this is, okay, first of all, this is what I think is going on. Barring there's two ways they could go. This thing could come together, which kind of looks like it might be, by the way, after the sweep of Tampa Bay.
Okay.
Two ways this thing could catch fire, and everybody realize we're down to nut cutting time and crack down, and you start seeing people streaking, like Corey Seager starting to streak.
Right. And that's what he's known for.
Wyatt Langford starting to streak. Jonah Heim looks like he's coming out of it. You're starting to see these guys start to come together and start stringing hits together, and that's really good. Now, this thing could come together and start to do what they did last season, which was catch fire. A lot of their fire was at the beginning of the season last year, and then they caught fire at the end, right? This year it may be the middle of the season they start to catch it. If they don't, then Chris Young is looking at this going, well, got people that need to be paid. We got people, and I really want to turn this thing around with some of the young blood we got coming up with all of our good draft picks that we've done. So, and I want to start retooling the farm system and make this thing good for a long time. So your options are, hey, this thing comes together and you go make another run, or you do which we don't want to see happen because we love these players.
Right.
Because of winning the ship. But this is preemptive strike mode.
Right.
So throwing out all your lures, and then if you get a major bite on something, then take it. And if you don't, then you keep you roll back in, you keep your bait, right?
Yeah, and I just look, I get it, because this has been a disappointing season because of what happened last year. If that didn't happen last year, this is just another Ranger season that we're used to enduring, right?
Right.
But the problem is now you've had these guys and you've gone on that run. They're 42 and 48, 7.5 games behind the third American League wild card spot. They've lost 31 of 51, and that's after the sweep. Okay, so not great numbers, but the team last year, they ran pretty hot and cold last year too. They just got out to a really fast start.
They did.
And this basically the same team had a 40 and 20 stretch last year. So it's not out of the realm of possibility for that to happen again. And if you went on a 40 and 20 stretch right now, get some guys back healthy. You mentioned guys going on streaks. Corey Seager, Marcus Semien, Wyatt Langford. Then that's not out of the realm of possibility.
It's not.
But then you also have the other statistic on the other side of it, that the defending World Series champion, it's not uncommon for them to miss the postseason completely next year. Even with this supersized playoffs that we have now, where everybody makes it in, right?
Right.
Washington Nationals won the World Series in 2019. Missed the playoffs in 2020. And it was like a 16-team playoff. And they still missed it. So it's not uncommon for this to happen. Baseball's hard. It's 162 games plus your playoffs. You know, injuries are a bigger part of baseball, I think, because of the length of the season than any other sport. But like you mentioned, we got Chris Young in that front office.
We do.
And everything that I've seen is this isn't just going to be a blow the thing up scenario. I think he's got two different plans. I think he's going to be in both buy mode and sell mode. He may very well get rid of some pieces that are going to cost you a lot of money. But that doesn't mean he won't add some pieces in the meantime that can do for you what some of these guys did at the trade deadline last year, right?
Right.
So, I was talking to people on social media today, on X, you know, because I reposted this story. I think it was from CBS Sports or whatever, and I just said, hey, Rangers fans, what do you think about this? And everybody's like, yeah, blow it up. We suck. We suck again, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, there were times that I'm pretty sure each of you were saying that same thing when they lost 7 out of 11 on their way to a World Series win, right? So, man, I've got, like you said, I've got faith in Chris Young. I'm not going to say he can do no wrong this year.
No.
But like we talked last year, he's got pretty much a free pass this year, right? The whole team does.
Everybody does. Yeah.
So I will file that in the you better be careful what you wish for because you might get it. I don't regret saying that they have a free pass because that World Series title was worth every penny.
Oh, hell yeah.
They could lose the next 5 years, and you know what? I don't care.
Still got my World Series cap.
I'll care, but I'll be, you know what? We got a World Series. But I've got faith in Chris Young. I've got faith in what he did last year and what he can do again this year. So all of you gloom and doom Rangers fans, and you're all out there, maybe even worse than Cowboys fans sometimes because you don't have the skins that the Cowboys have. But your skin's more recent.
It's definitely more recent. And some of these folks are your bandwagons that jumped on. It's like, oh, yeah, it's time to like the Rangers because, look, they're doing this thing. And I think a lot of those were the people that are just crying like, oh, we're not doing good this year. We're supposed to win it every year because they started winning it as soon as I started like, man, go watch, I don't know, Pete Incaviglia and Scott Coolbaugh and all the Rangers that we went through to finally get that thing. And then tell me, you know, you're fed up. Man, I'm not fed up. I won a championship last year. I'm cool. Royce Clayton, Kevin Elster. So,
Kevin Elster, my favorite Rangers shortstop.
Royce Clayton?
Kevin Elster.
Todd Zeal.
Clayton played center field. Zeal was third base.
No, Zeal was third base. Clayton played shortstop.
Who am I thinking of?
I don't know, but it's not. Royce Clayton played shortstop.
Oh, I'm thinking of Darrell Hamilton. Sorry.
All right, then.
They looked a lot alike. And look, here's the other thing with everybody saying Scherzer's on the hook because he makes so much money.
What?
All of you Rangers fans are forgetting. Number one, he looks really good in 3 starts since coming back, right, from the injury, right? Like,
right.
Why would you get rid of him? And if you're just going for a money dump, he's not costing you hardly any money because the Mets are still paying for like 70% of his salary.
Yeah, you don't really need to get rid of the mutant.
So that doesn't make sense to get rid of the X-Man.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what? I'm going to give it 6 weeks. See what happens. Because then we'll be
right at the trade deadline when that happens.
Almost to September. And, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens, Colby. You still have faith in the Rangers?
Of course I do.
You better.
That's right. I mean, you just need to get us this year, just get us to training camp. That's all I ever asked for. Last year was a complete and utter amazing bonus that made my pants fit funny.
Because of
extracurricular pocket pool.
Colby, I also thought we would talk a little Longhorns for you.
Hook 'em.
Because we're getting close to college football season, sir.
Yes, we are.
About a month and a half out, right? And we'll start having some some practices and start to keep up with some rosters, an opportunity to keep up with some rosters. And in Austin, you've got that quarterback situation down there.
You do.
Quinn or Arch?
Man.
And I don't know if it's as much of a controversy as everyone thinks it is, though. What do you think as super fan Longhorn?
Well, if you're wanting to go into the SEC with a bang and really do something over there, then you'd probably stick with Quinn. Mm-hmm. But if you're wanting to start the process of Arch moving up the board and enough people with money, and you're just wanting to see that so bad, because if you don't end up using him, you may lose him. That's the other side of. If you think the upside on Arch is better than what Quinn can provide, then you may want to have to go ahead and bite the bullet and go with Arch and get through that tough spot. But if you're really wanting to win right now, you got to go with the proven, and that's Quinn Ewers.
Do you think, look, and I know where they both were in their recruitment.
Right.
5-star, 4-star, I get it. And we don't have a lot of game film on Arch at this level.
No.
But I will tell you, as a coverer of college football and working Big 12 games and working SEC games, and I have no skins for and no love for the Longhorns, right? Obviously, I'm an Aggie fan, but I do love college football. I have not heard anything out of Austin that indicates that they think Arch Manning's going to be better than Quinn Ewers. And I'm even hearing things that maybe not as good as.
Well, there you go.
And if that's the case,
then it's just a name, and you go with Quinn.
You got 1 year of Quinn left.
Use it.
And you better, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people surprised that he didn't declare for the draft this year.
Right.
But it benefited him, I think, to not, because he's not ready. Missing that time up at Ohio State did not do him any favors as far as getting ready for the NFL. Do I think he's going to be an NFL player? Yeah, I do. Maybe more than Arch.
Huh.
I don't know. I mean, and you know me, I'm a Manning guy. I love all the Mannings.
Right.
I named a kid Eli.
Poor choice by you. Should have went with Peyton.
Well, his name was, no, because that's a girl's name.
It's not a girl's name. You're stupid.
It is. But I wanted to name him Archie, and the wife wouldn't let me name him Archie, and she didn't know who Archie was. So I think I went Eli. And then I was going to go Peyton, and then I was going to go Cooper. And she still wouldn't have figured it out. But yeah, there's not a lot of talk in Austin that Arch is this be all end all answer. And they're a good team. Look, they're and these are just projections, and I deal a lot with projections this time of year in college football. I looked at the Athlon on 3. I think these were Athlon rankings. The projections for the SEC next year.
Yeah.
Georgia's going to win it again. With the Longhorns finishing second or first in the West.
Right.
But they're not having divisions next year. Remember this?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So there are no divisions next year. Ole Miss finishing 3, Alabama 4, Missouri 5, LSU 6, Tennessee 7. They have the Sooners finishing ahead of my Aggies, Colby, at 8, with the Aggies at 9. And don't forget, this is Mike Elko's first year at the helm.
Right.
I see them being competitive this year, but not at that level. I think they're a year away under Elko. And then Auburn 10. You got Florida, Kentucky, the Gamecocks.
How far down was Florida?
Oh, dude, Florida's bad. They're 11. Florida's bad.
Yep.
Napier might be Napier's last year there. Kentucky, South Carolina, Gamecocks. In case I didn't enunciate that right.
Uh-huh.
Then Razorbacks, Mississippi State, and then the Commodores of the Vanderbilt.
Man, gotta love those Commodore 64s.
I was more of a Vic 20 guy. But, I don't think this first year of them joining the SEC is going to be the most exciting. I think once they break it up into the pods or the divisions or whatever it is they decide to do, I think we'll get some exciting play, man. And as an Aggie fan, I'm ecstatic that Texas is back with us. I really am.
I am really happy to see. There's never been, beside a Sooner game, and then, of course, when the Aggies were in the Big 12, there was never really games that I was like, oh, yeah, we got to get these guys, right? I mean, yes, if every game was important because it's college football and you want to win those, and there was tough games sometimes.
Especially conference games. I mean, they all mattered.
Your conference games and whatnot. But there was never a point where like, oh, dude, I really hate these guys. Now, when you played some SEC teams, there was a reason to hate those guys.
Sure.
Like playing Bama. So
yep.
This is super exciting for me, and this should spark a lot for the Longhorns. It should spark a little bit for the Sooners, but,
Man, I just don't care about the Sooners. Like, not even on my radar of teams to hate or like. Like, I just don't care about the Sooners.
Yeah, I just hate them.
Except for when they played the Cotton Bowl every year.
Right.
Then I had my Sooners hat on. Sorry.
Wow. Effing hate those guys.
But anyway, that's how I feel about Alabama. But there's your college football talk. We'll do a little bit more of it here as we get closer to the kickoff of the season towards August, especially with Texas moving to the SEC. Woo! Coming back to the Aglets of the Aggies.
Mm-hmm. The end of the shoelace.
All the way.
That's right.
All right.
They're going to end up always being tied for last. Coming up next, it is time to get into the good, bad, and the ugly, along with the mystery shotgun with that crazy sequel, a little bit of Agatha all along, and the Crapolite. Plus, Giancarlo Esposito's playing who in the MCU? That's all coming up on the Colby Sapp and IndyCarTim show.
Hello, sports fans.
FanStream Sports.
All right, guys, time to talk a little bit about turf life. You've seen the hats on our heads. You've been or seen the video of the studio. You've seen that the decals are all over the place. Turf Life. Man, it's the brand that salutes the consumer and industry players everywhere whose lives involve turf. What does that mean? That means if you play or have a business or, maybe you're a sports educator, you're going to be on turf at some point. So you live the turf life. So go ahead and tell everybody you live the turf life by having your Turf Life window decal or, the hat or the keychain or the something. Along that lines, just go to turflifeclub.com and become a turf head. That's what it's called when you live the turf life. You're now a turf head. And you can go join the club today and snag that window decal or snag any other special Turf Life accessories and go over there to that website, which is turflifeclub.com, and get your stuff and show everybody that, man, I'm all about that turf life. And then you just kind of raise your coffee mug at them and go, yeah, turf life, baby. That's what it's about. And then that's the end of the commercial. Ding. That means it's done in microwave talk.
Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com.
Introducing Star Power Smart Home Solutions, where cutting-edge technology meets effortless living. Control your entire home with just a tap on your smartphone. Adjust the lights, set the temperature, ensure your home is totally secure, all from the palm of your hand. Experience the ultimate solution in comfort and security for your family. Start by going to the website, GetStarPower.com. That's GetStarPower.com.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Hey, listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7 day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Coming back at you. Now, more FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to the Colby Sapp and IndyCarTim show right here on FanStream Sports. You can find us at fanstreamsports.com, on the FanStream Sports mobile app, on your favorite podcast app, Instagram, Facebook, the X, all of it. We're all over the place, Colby.
We have found all the places except for some of the places that I've suggested, Tim, for us to go, but we can't be everywhere because computers and stuff.
I tried that kick again today.
Did you?
It didn't work. And then there's a different one I'm trying to get on too. I don't remember what it was called that I found out about. But we're trying to get in all of the places so y'all can find us. But no matter if you're at home on your desktop or if you're on your phone or wherever, your tablet, the absolute best place to find us is at fanstreamsports.com. That's the easiest place. And download the mobile app to hear the live shows as well.
Yep.
As well as all the recorded content we have. Appreciate you very, very much. And if you'd like to comment into any of the shows, 214-937-0569 is the studio text line. Sponsorships are available for that. Just give me a ring at IndyCarTim.
Yeah, and if you also
They give
want
me
to
$1 million.
comment on the fact that during that conversation right there, Tim just had a throat gator happen.
That might have been a throat gator. I took a sip of beer, Colby, right there during the break.
What happened?
Sounded like my girlfriend. What's her name? Tatiana?
That is not your girlfriend, sir. That's my one and approved girlfriend that I can have.
Well, you're going to have to share her then.
Not doing that, sir.
We crossing swords?
No. Mm-mm.
Damn it. All right. Whatever you say, Colby.
Yep.
You ready for your segment?
I am ready for my
I
segment.
didn't forget tonight.
Woo! It's time for the good, bad, and the ugly. This is our birthday segments where I go through all the people that have had a birthday today, find the people that are famous enough to make my list, and offer them up to you guys, along with me and Tim, for each one of us to decide individually who is the good person, who is the bad person, and who is the ugly person on this list. Starting off today at number 10 on my list. So there's 10 of them today, just so you know. What is going on?
I just invited you as a guest on our show.
All right.
I don't know how that works. We're experimenting with the TikTok there.
We are. Oh crap! Now I'm.
Oh, now you're
two
echoing.
places. Let me close this out.
I was trying something new. Don't everybody yell at me at once.
I can't leave.
Maybe I can.
Can you boot me?
End now. There,
Got
you're
it.
ended. That was fun. We should do
It
that
sure
again sometime.
was. We shouldn't. All right, so starting off today is Robert Knepper, or Kepper. He's 65. You will know him if you look him up.
Robert, how you spell his last name?
Knepper. Dude's been in a lot of stuff. He's usually playing a bad guy. I've never seen him play a good guy.
I don't know if I've ever seen him in anything.
Really?
I mean, not that I can think of. Normally, I recognize people like immediately.
Right.
But it looks like he hasn't been anything that I've watched.
Uh-oh.
Prison Break, Hard
Yes.
Target, Pobeg, Breakout Kings, Transporter. I've never seen any of these shows.
Oh, man. You're missing out.
Probably. That's what my women tell me.
All right, so I'll show this to the camera. Maybe I can get close enough. That guy.
That's him. Robert Knepper.
Usually when he plays a bad guy, I'm like, all right, cool. This is probably a B movie, but at least he'll be a bad guy. Wolfgang Puck is 75.
Cooking.
He is, and the reason why probably a lot of people have those particular pans in their house.
Probably. He invented pans
He did.
to cook with. Before that, we cooked in our hands.
That's right. And it got really hot. You got a lot of blisters.
Hold it over the fire.
Michael Weatherly is 56, and the guy that's always on your TV at one point on like 2 different shows, but doesn't matter. He's one of those NCIS guys.
His name sounds familiar. I'm going to have to look at him. Michael Weatherly. Oh, yeah. Never watched any NCISs, but I've seen his face, of course.
You need to go watch some of the old school ones. You do.
Are there old school ones?
Yeah, the first incarnation with him and Ziva. Yeah, yes.
All
right. Yeah, you'll fall in love. Turning 26 today, Jaden Smith. You know, I used to think Will Smith could do no wrong. Then Jaden happened. And then...
Okay, so that's his son or daughter?
Son.
And he's an actor too, though, right?
Yes.
And a rapist?
Nah.
But all I hear is bad stuff about him. Like, is he just a bad kid or a bad dude now, or just not talented?
No, see, okay. I don't think he's a bad dude. I don't think he's, whatever. I think he's overexposed.
Because he's a Smith.
And he was overexposed as a young guy that's trying to figure things out, and also may have a little bit of the silver spoon thing happen with him. So give him a little time and maybe everything will be right. But right now he's just kind of annoying. Also turning 26 today, Maya Hawk. That'd be Uma and Ethan's daughter.
I don't know that Uma and Ethan Hawke were a thing.
Yep, had a daughter.
Okay, she looks just like Uma.
Yes.
Oh, she was in Stranger Things.
She was.
Season 5, I guess.
Got a little there.
All right.
But you know what?
Are they still together? Uma Thurman and Ethan Hawke?
I don't know.
I never knew that was a thing. Huh. Check me out. I know a lot about stars.
Angelica Houston turned 73 years old today.
Talk about a silver spoon.
Yeah. Also talking about not a pretty face.
No, she looks just like her dad. John Houston.
John D. Rockefeller passed away in 1937.
He was rich.
Yes. Had a little bit of money.
He was a bad person too. Most of those guys that got rich back then they did it by taking advantage of other people.
He'll put a boot in your ass because it's the American way. Toby Keith passed away in 2024.
Oh, it's been a year?
Yeah. Well,
I want to be a cowboy.
that was this year, right, bud?
What?
Isn't it still 2024?
Yeah, but he didn't die this year.
Says he passed. Didn't he? Wasn't it earlier this year?
Well, why would he show up then?
It's his birthday.
Oh, I thought you said died in 2024.
Yeah, that's what the list said.
Oh, so the list is wrong.
Okay.
He was born on July 8th, 1961.
Uh-huh.
Died February 5th, 2024.
Yes, so this year. So I'm correct.
So it's his birthday, though, not his death day.
Correct.
Okay, well, that's what confused me.
Why? But this segment is famous people's birthdays, Tim, not death dates.
Who, never mind. I'm just confused.
David Cornsweat is 31 years old today. He's your new Superman, in case you forgot.
With the underwear.
Yep.
It's great.
Meh. And finally, Kevin Bacon, 66 years old today.
Holy crap, Kevin Bacon is pushing 70?
Yep.
Ren is pushing 70?
70 years old, Tim.
Dude, he has been in everything, right?
Damn right. He was an invisible dude that tried
Yeah.
to kill people. His foot got a little loose.
Man. He's a good.
Played a bad guy against Ryan Reynolds in a show that was a ripoff of Men in Black. The R.I.P.D.
Oh, that's right, with Jeff Bridges, right?
Yep.
He's a good dude. I like Kevin Bacon. I wonder how long it would take someone to match Kevin Bacon with me. Like 6 degrees of separation.
I mean, he's one of those that can pretty much do that with everybody, right?
I mean, we run in the same circles, so.
Y'all end up being Kevin Bacon at some point.
Ham and bacon, Colby.
Mm-hmm.
Is that all you have?
That is all I've got.
Colby, celebrating birthdays today on the Facebook. How about turning 39 today? Michael Gruber.
What?
Grubes turns 30. He's not a little kid anymore. 39. That is shocking to me. And going back to another ticket. How about Don't Call Me Dick Hicks, Rich Phillips has a birthday tomorrow. Rich Phillips, noted real estate agent now, and he's still doing SMU football, I think, and basketball play-by-play. He's been doing SMU for a long time. Charla Logsden.
Don't know that. She invented the lozenge?
I think she invented lozenges.
Okay.
But she's a hot on my Facebook page.
Probably
So she gets a shout out.
Probably a bot.
No, we have 31 mutual friends.
All right, then. Definitely a bot.
Probably. No, because bots don't wear that many clothes. But she's cute. Shout me out. What's up? What's up, Charla? How you doing? And that's all of our Facebook birthdays, Colby.
Well, there you go. It is time now for me to toss it to Tim for him to tell you who he thinks is good, bad, and ugly.
Colby,
Tim?
my good is Toby Keith.
All right, then.
There was zero chances that Toby Keith wasn't going to be my good on his birthday. Colby, my bad. I got to go with John D. Rockefeller.
All right.
Even though he's one of my childhood idols, because I just wanted to be rich like him. But I watch enough history stuff, to know that he was a bad dude. Even though when he was a super old man, he carried a bag of dimes around with him, and every little kid that he met, he'd give him a dime and told him to go invest it.
Doesn't sound like a bad dude.
Well, not when you're 90, but when you were building your empire, you were, probably a bad dude.
Let's stomp on some people.
Yeah, for sure. And then my ugly, Colby. Again, might not be a contest here. It's Angelica Houston.
All right, then. My good is we have to wait and see on David Cornsweat. I think you're going to end up being a good.
All right.
But we're going to wait and see what that gunverse holds. I got to go with Kevin Bacon.
Okay.
Kevin Bacon's my good. You've talked me into John D. Rockefeller over Jaden Smith for my bad.
You could have done Jaden Smith. He's probably a bad too.
Yeah, see, I tried to defend a little bit with that.
You did.
So I'm going to go John D. Rockefeller's my bad. And I'd already put down that Angelica Houston was my ugly. So
Did you really?
Yeah.
See, we're more alike than you think.
Yeah, shut up. Don't ever say that. So if you had other people that you thought you'd rather be your good, bad, and ugly, of course, comment down below or shoot that on the text line, 214-937-0569. And you can let us know where we failed you in listing our good, bad, and ugly. But it's now time to do that improper segue as Tim fires up Tatiana and the rest of Ginger as it's time for a little bit of this. Oh, yeah. Welcome in to Colby Sapp's Mystery Shotgun. I am your host, Colby Sapp, along with Pod Racer Tim. It's time to get into a little bit that's going on with the MCU. Don't worry, me and Tim are going to talk crap-a-lite, but let's get through a couple of things that are happening and pay off the major T's.
That's not how you say it.
As we now have found out who Giancarlo Esposito is actually playing, according to My Time to Shine Hello, which she's normally really good about getting these things right, and this is another thing that she's found and thrown out there as Giancarlo
Esposito?
Yeah, easy for you to say. Is going to be playing George Washington Bridges.
President.
Yeah, no, not quite. For those that don't know who G.W. Bridges is, I'll give you a breakdown, and it'll probably let you know about where we're going to see him at, as him and Cable are pretty much tied to the hip. Cable, if you remember who he is, he's, of course, the alternate personality of Thanos in the Deadpool movies. No, not really. Cable is, yes, it's played by the same guy. But Cable is, as we found out in X-Men 97, and most of us already knew, Cable is the son of Cyclops and the clone of Jean Grey, who ends up being given a virus by Mr. Sinister, who they then send to the future, and the future's bad. So he comes back to the past to try and change the future and ends up here with us. Well, all of that involves somebody that was sent to track down Cable and a team called the Six Pack.
I got one of those.
Not because of the abdomens, but there were 6 of them. The leader of that, and also former member of S.H.I.E.L.D., is one G.W. Bridges. So he's going to, if we read into this, going to deal a lot with trying to hunt down Cable for whatever reason. So it's probably where you're going to see him. As far as his attributes, think of, well, in the comic books, he's basically Nick Fury with a little bit of future tech on him. So
Eye patch and everything?
No, just he's that type of guy, the leader, the strategist, the guy that's kind of in control of everything. It's kind of where he's at as well. So, but we've been wondering, we've thought he was going to be, for the longest time, we thought he was going to be Professor X. In fact, I almost was banking on that.
Really?
He is not. So we don't know who that's going to be. Obviously.
Isn't Giancarlo Esposito black?
Kind of
Mexican.
He's well, let's not go into his whole heritage. He is who he is.
Blaxican.
But that part didn't really matter.
All right.
I think he would have played a great Prof X, to be honest with you. So
Try to find his heritage.
that's who I would have loved to seen, just because of the manner into which he speaks kind of fits the whole. He can have the eloquent touch that Professor X has, command a room like he does. So kind of where I wanted, but this guy, as far as the futuristic form of Nick Fury, I think that's going to be a great character to follow. So there you go. George Washington Bridges. We did get the trailer for Agatha All Along, and I've really, really excited about Agatha All Along.
Me too.
Mainly because it looks like it's well thought out and it's going to be done right, unlike something we're going to talk about here in a little bit.
The opposite of that.
And through the trailer, if you've seen it, we're getting demons. We're getting really into the dark part of witchcraft. And I can't wait. Should be a head trip. Supposedly what we've heard from people that talking, from onset to everything else, that they are really happy with what they've done. And Feige is also really happy with what they've done. So I can't wait to see it. But the trailer's out there. If you haven't got a chance to go look at it, if you are any kind of a WandaVision fan, just know that if you like that, I believe you're going to love this. So Agatha All Along looks great. The sequel that nobody thought was happening, that even when I was told was happening, I still thought it's not happening. Tim, we're getting Gladiator 2.
Have you ever seen Gladiator 1?
Yes. Have you never seen it?
So I broke down and finally watched it like on cable a long time ago.
Okay.
Just wasn't impressed.
Oh, it was amazing. Don't even just stop.
Just didn't do anything for me.
shut
Do we
up.
really need a 2?
Go away. And now I don't know if we needed 2, but the 1 was great.
Is he going to be in it?
No.
Because he's fat like me now.
He also died.
What? The actor?
No.
Oh, well, I mean, there's ways around that.
No, there's not. You're not going to make a sequel to a movie after he died, and like the ending scene is him like walking away and going to heaven.
I feel like that's a spoiler alert.
My good God, if you had any interest in watching Gladiator, you've had a long time to figure that out.
For the first time ever.
So yeah, we're getting Gladiator 2. The posters just come out, and yeah, no, he's not in it. Russell Crowe's not in this.
I think he should be.
So there's going to be
like flashback scenes.
No, there's just there. I don't believe there's, besides it being the second and it being about gladiators, I don't think there's any connection.
Oh, so it's not even a related story.
It's just 2.
Is your buddy Denzel Washington in it?
He is in it.
God, yeah, I'm out.
So
You knew this already, though, didn't you?
of course I did.
Oh, jeez.
You've got the whole list of people who's in it. Why don't you read that off? Because
No, I'm just looking at photos here. I was trying to find the
poster.
poster, and I can't. It's not like on any of these photos, but I can tell you Pedro Pascal is in it.
Yes.
I can tell you Barry Keoghan is in it. Did you know that?
I did know that.
Fred Heckinger. Don't know who that is. So, yeah. Maybe that's the only people in it. Now, wait. Who's Barry Keoghan? He's a DC dude, right?
Yeah, he's your Joker in the Pat Bat universe.
Okay, so I always get him mixed
He
up.
was also in Eternals.
Okay, I always
MCU.
get him mixed up with the dude that plays Flash. For some reason. They kind of look alike, right?
Ezra Miller?
Yeah, that guy. They kind of look the same.
No. Ezra and Keegan don't look the same.
I'll have to do a side by side.
At least I don't think they do.
Hey, you know who's not going to be in Gladiator 2?
Russell Crowe?
That has yet to be determined.
Okay.
Kevin Bacon.
This is true as we bring it back to previous segments.
That's what we do. Huh. All right.
Now it is time, everybody, for us to discuss the ongoing series that's happening. And if you didn't watch last week's episode, because the Crapolite is happening again tomorrow at like 8 o'clock, we're going to discuss last week's episode because Tim, being lazy Tim, didn't watch it in time for us to talk about it Wednesday. So now it's time for Tim to try and refresh his memory as we talk about the Crapolite. Good God Almighty.
What's the matter with the Acolyte? Come on.
There are a couple of things that are happening in this show that made me, in this past episode, that made me just want to jump through my TV. Number one, how long was OSHA knocked out for? Holy shit.
See, I didn't even catch that part.
Dude, knocked her ass out.
I just figured we went to commercial and came back and she was up.
Knocked her ass out. Had time to force heal her, which that didn't wake her up, and put her on a ship. Where was the ship? We don't know. and take her to another planet and then pick her up and take her to a cave, set her down in the cave, go make dinner, get her water, stack her clothes, and then walk out and get butt-ass naked in a pool while she's knocked out. How many days was she knocked out for? What the hell hit her? Holy crap. Are you kidding me? Number 2 thing that pissed me off, the helmet. In the previous episode, he tells Saul reason why he has this helmet on is because it's his Magneto helmet and it makes it to where you can't use the Force to read my mind. Then OSHA starts asking about it, and he goes, well, it doesn't allow anything in but the Force. What the hell is Saul going to use to read his mind?
Maybe it's a species thing.
It's not a species thing.
We don't know what species he is.
Who is?
Saul. It never explicitly says he's human.
Pretty sure he's human, Doc.
You're pretty sure.
Yeah.
But are you for imprint sure?
You know what? If somebody's going to use some kind of magic in Star Wars to do something, I'm going to go ahead and think it's the Force unless they tell me something else. So it blocks out everything but the Force, but it also blocks out Saul's Force. What? What? Okay. And he immediately knew, by the way, Darth Joker, Smilo Ren, the Darth Dangler, whatever you want to call him, he immediately knew that was OSHA and not May, right? Immediately off the bat, knew exactly. Nope, know who you are. May's obviously walked off with Saul.
Yep.
Takes Saul half an episode and the help of the sniffing beaver mutt in order to figure out that May is not OSHA.
Again, we don't know that.
Yes, it did.
I think he knew all along.
Other thing that made me mad was in the starship with Saul and OSHA. I don't know what she's doing. I don't know if she's there to give herself up to the Jedi like she said she was going to do. I don't know if she's there to kill all the Jedi like she said she was going to do. I don't know if all she cared about was her sister, which, by the way, she just traded places with and left for dead because all she cared about was her sister. I have no idea what her actual motivation is because neither does the character. Like, all the things that she said her motivation was,
right?
She's had a chance to do them all. And you know what she's done? Jack shit.
None of it.
So there was no mystery to what she was doing because there was nothing there's nothing there. She doesn't have a path whatsoever. And as far as OSHA's concerned, she doesn't care about her sister. She just wants to she doesn't even want to go hunt for Jedi or nothing or hunt with it. No. Now she's like, this dark side thing.
She wants to go be a mechanic.
Except for she's now just like, well, I might allow myself to be seduced by the dark side.
Well, it's more interesting to her.
Oh, yeah. This is cool.
Especially since all the Jedi just lied to her.
She doesn't know what they've lied about.
Well, Darth Joker told her.
Oh, yeah. Said, oh, yeah, no. You can do this to gain more power. Didn't say, by the way, yeah, your Jedi pals, they're the ones that killed all your mama and stuff.
Still can't wait to find out what really happened to all the lesbians.
And then Darth Dangler is just like, yeah, my master gave me these scars. Those didn't look like lightsaber scars.
No.
Hey, what were they?
From whips. Still don't think he's the master.
No, I don't think he is either. And if it's the most blatant obvious thing, it's bald-headed green woman.
Right.
That's the most obvious. So please don't be it. Don't be the most obvious choice. Because this is supposed to be like some kind of Jedi mystery. There has not been anything mysterious happen in this whole thing. Nothing has been like, oh no, I didn't see that coming. Everything's been pretty much there, and there's no reason for me to wonder or have any kind of, like that sense of something might happen.
Yeah.
There's no reason for that because I don't know any of the characters' motivations.
Yeah, it's hard for there to be some sort of cliffhanger and, some secret twist when we don't know where any of them came from to begin with.
Right. And once they explain it all, cool.
You're still hate watching, though, aren't you?
I am totally hate watching. And in the end, when you find out that the Jedi killed the Coven and the reason why they did was because of orders from the actual Sith Lord, and then this whole time, the Smilo Ren is trying to get a Padawan because he doesn't like what the Sith Lord did, and he wants to have his power or two over here. And the whole time, Monday's going to be like, man, I didn't see any Sith things happen at all. Thousands of years. God. Fucking sucks. Had a chance to be great.
How many more episodes do we have?
One or two. I don't know. Was this 6?
I think this was 6.
I think there's supposed to be 8. So we got 2 more to sit through.
Look, I'm not hate watching it like you. Yes, it's very poorly written. And it's got an agenda. And that's all fine. I don't care about the agenda.
I don't either.
I just wanted a good story,
just
right?
Entertain me, and you're not.
Because I love the premise, right? Like, I would love to see a Sith origin story. Or something similar like this is kind of supposed to be.
Or, yes.
But just make it a good, interesting storyline. That's all I wanted.
You could have had something where you didn't need to F with the canon. Because nothing back then, besides those that actually went and read some of these books from this time, there's not a lot of us nerds out there that were really interested in that. So
Right.
you had a whole open playbook. You had a whole open everything where you could just play in this playground and make something super effing cool. And I don't care about any agendas. Be as woke as you want to, but make it cool. Do it right. Make it interesting. Make it as most diverse as you want to.
Right.
Doesn't faze me a bit. I've been a nerd for a long time. Diversity's been a thing that's been in it for a long time. Don't care. But, dude, whatever you do, don't screw up the entertainment portion of it. Don't screw up what you're trying to make and what you're trying to tout this as a thinking mystery with Jedi and in it. And you're not.
This is more like a Scooby-Doo mystery.
No, Scooby-Doo kicks this ass.
Would you watch a Scooby-Doo
Yes.
film where Shaggy was the Sith Lord?
Yes. I've watched a Scooby-Doo movie based on him getting hypnotized and all of a sudden having all the courage.
Yeah, I remember that one.
It's been great.
I don't know how you remembered that.
You know what? Scooby-Doo is amazing. Scooby-Doo is amazing.
I don't think I remember any except for Scooby-Doo versus, what was it, the Globetrotters.
Scooby-Doo was on repeat a lot for me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, just any part of it, except for when it involves Scrappy, because F that little dude. Don't mark that. So there you go, everybody. A little Crappolite update as we hate watch that thing. If you're not hate watching it and you enjoy it, you know what? Don't take my attitude, right, to it. That's my feelings. But if you're enjoying it and you're having fun with it and you think it's awesome, I am all for you being entertained by it. It's just hitting me wrong. So there you go. There is Colby Sapp's Mystery Shotgun coming up next.
Hang on, don't go break it.
Okay.
So, remember when I said 6 degrees of separation with Kevin Bacon?
Right.
Somebody's done it for me. She did it in 5 degrees. You ready?
I'm ready.
Kevin Bacon was in Apollo 13 with Ed Harris. Ed Harris was in Snowpiercer with John Hurt. I've never heard of that. John Hurt was an alien with Yaphet Kotto. Never heard of that person. Yaphet Kotto was in The Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger, who I met in Aspen, Colorado, and drank wine with for several nights back in the mid-'90s. There you go, Colby.
There it is.
Wow.
Everybody somehow can make it to Kevin Bacon.
That's insane. Gotta call Arnold. It's been too long.
Hey, ask him about tangos.
I'm going to. See if he'll do it. If he'll put his commando costume back on and do the face painting and everything.
Yes, that would be amazing.
With a flat top.
You know what? I don't even care. It could just be old Arnold just halfway giving an F.
We do a hologram Carl Weathers eating across the table from him.
Right, without a hand.
With the wooden Happy Gilmore hand.
For no reason whatsoever.
Because we're stupid.
Coming up next, we're power ranking the 6 primetime games the Dallas Cowboys have in 2024, and then we have the college football prediction. But after that, it's news and notes, and that's all coming up on the Colby Sapp and IndyCarTim show.
Hello, sports fans.
FanStream Sports.
Introducing Star Power Smart Home Solutions, where cutting-edge technology meets effortless living. Control your entire home with just a tap on your smartphone. Adjust the lights, set the perfect temperature, and ensure your home is secure, all from the palm of your hand. Star Power has the experts that will transform your house into a secure, smart home. Experience the ultimate solution in comfort and security for your family. Get started at GetStarPower.com. Star Power, where innovation meets home.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Hello, folks. Let's talk a little bit about turf life. What is turf life? It's pretty much if your life involves turf in any way, shape, or form, you live the turf life. Go ahead and brand yourself with the turf life. Maybe a back window decal, maybe a hat. You know where you can get those kinds of things to showcase that your life revolves around sports and or anything that involves sports. If it's a sports business or sports education or just your enjoyment of the outdoors, head over to turflifeclub.com. Become a turf head. Join the club today. You can do that by going to that said website that I just told you to go to. You can snag your window decal like I was talking about, or any of your other turf life accessories. Show everybody that you live the turf life, and we'll see you there over there at that turflifeclub.com.
Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com. Hey listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7 day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Coming back at you. Now, more FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to the Colby Sapp and IndyCarTim show. Right here on FanStream Sports.
What up?
Colby went and got our chocolate fix during the break.
I did.
Now I got my beer and my Snickers. I'm a happy man.
They didn't have the Hershey's and almonds in the machine. I guess
they were out.
Yep. You want to see me piss off about half the people that are watching us right now?
Don't eat it wrong. For the love of God, don't eat it wrong.
One of them fell off.
You're going to do it, aren't you? Wait, what are you doing? Oh, instead of breaking them apart. Oh, that's fine. I don't care about that. I bet you people do, though.
No, there's a lot of people that do.
I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me because it seems like it goes farther if you break them apart.
I mean, it really doesn't.
It seems like it's more.
I'm all about breaking things apart. Like I break apart the Nutter Butters. The nutty, yeah.
That.
So
yeah, we talked about that. I don't even do that. Colby, I guess that means it's time for more of this, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere. So we talked a little sports in the first hour. We're going to talk some Dallas Cowboys here in the second hour, Colby. And no, we're not doing position by position grades or rankings.
Damn it.
It's too early for that. But we will get into some Cowboys training camp stuff for you. Hell, we might even just go to Dallas Cowboys training camp.
Probably can.
Probably could. Just got to ask. Hey, Jerry, you did my mom a few years ago. Can I come to camp?
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, he's about to be embroiled in that.
Again?
In court. Yeah, they're going to court. Good luck, Jerry. We've all been there.
No, we haven't.
Well, I mean, that we know of.
Well, I take that back. I have had sex with a mom before.
Have you?
Yeah.
Did she know?
Yes. She was there.
Oh, she was there? Poor thing. Jeez. Colby, I thought we would go through the 6 primetime games that the Cowboys will play this year. And I'll tell you which are my top 6 as I power rank these games on the schedule. And you can tell me which ones you think are better.
Okay.
I'm going to start with number 6. Number 6. I hate this team more than almost any other team. This might be my second most hated team in the NFL.
Wow.
And they're not even in the NFC.
What?
Colby, at number 6, the Cowboys' Week 5 matchup on Sunday Night Football is with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I don't like the Steelers. I think I hate Steeler fan more than I hate the actual team. Especially now, besides what, they don't really have a whole lot.
Right.
And I actually have a lot of respect for Tomlin.
Okay.
So
I have a ton of respect for their coach history.
right.
Like they're still on their 3rd coach since Chuck Noll. Like in 1969 is when he became the head coach.
No.
And they're only 3 deep. I
Tom-
mean, that's amazing.
It's consistency, man.
But I hate the Steelers from the 2 Super Bowls the Cowboys lost to them in the 70s.
No, true that. But
Even though we beat them in the 90s in one, right?
right. Take that, Neil.
Yeah. Hey, Neil O'Donnell, meet Larry Brown.
Right. No, they've met.
They have now. Mm-hmm. So, yes, that's, let's see, the last time Dallas was in the Steel City, Cowboys edged out a shootout, 35-30.
Yeah, that would be that Ezekiel Elliott taking that run back that there was just going to try and get a yard. Never mind, we'll let him score.
Yeah, we'll just win it here. Colby, at number 5, a team I really, really like. As a matter of fact, I might be the editor-in-chief for their Athlon Sports site. Actually, I am the Steelers, too, so that's really not saying much.
Right.
You know how hard it is to write? And I'm also the Browns. So Steelers, Browns, and Bucks are the 3 teams that I have to cover the most of. But I dig the Bucks. Colby, week 16 here at number 5. Another Sunday Night Football matchup. I think the Cowboys have 3 this year. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
So that automatically goes to it. That's right now my bottom. If I was ranking them,
Like that you care the least about, right?
care the least about. That's the bottom.
And the only reason the reason it's on here is because I'm doing all the primetime games. But yeah, I mean, it's second from the bottom for me. But I think the Bucs are going to be better than most people think they are this year.
Okay.
And I think, and again, we're already at week 16, so I think this game could have some playoff implications.
I mean, it might, but as far as just the game itself,
Right.
I'll put the Steelers ahead of that.
Number four. An early season NFC East matchup, Colby, on Thursday Night Football, week 4, at the New York Giants of football.
That goes behind, even though it's the Giants and I hate them and blah, blah, blah. That goes behind that's now the bottom.
This is last for you. This is number 6.
Yeah, because it's the Giants. And even though it's NFC East rival, all that, the Giants are big pile of dump right now. So,
They are. And we all remember last season in week 1, 40-0.
right. It's not going to look any better this season.
I think it might.
I mean, it'll look a little bit better just because it's Thursday Night Football and neither team cares.
I think the Giants are going to split with the Cowboys this year.
I don't know. They're not going to split with the Cowboys this year. That's not even close.
The Giants might sweep the Cowboys this year.
Shut up.
But yeah, regardless of whoever, how's good and who's not good and who's playing quarterback and who's coaching, it's still an NFC East matchup. And usually that can really turn into anything, except for the current Giants.
Right.
Usually you say that, right? Like, throw the records out. Well, maybe not this time.
No. Their quarterback still doesn't know which way to throw the football.
Man, why are you so hard on Dak?
No, Daniel Jones.
That was funny, though. Colby, number 3 on our list of the top 6 power-ranked primetime Cowboys games this upcoming season. Week 11. So by now we should know who the Cowboys are.
Right?
We should know the skill level, the talent abilities, where they're at least headed towards finishing, right? In the division and in the whole playoff picture. They host the Houston Texans. The hated Houston Texans, right?
No.
Because they're from Houston.
I mean, they're from Houston, but they're not the Astros.
Well, it'd be weird if the Cowboys played the Astros.
It would be, but I'd love to see it.
Like, even a baseball, give me the Cowboys.
I'd love to see it. Now, give me football. I want to see people get wrecked. I want to see them hand the ball off to Altuve. And him just
watch Micah blow him up.
Just disappear.
God, that'd be so great.
Oops, he disappeared. Oh, no, he decapitated him.
So, of
He hit him
course,
so hard he shit himself.
the biggest storylines here are going to be C.J. Stroud.
Right.
Can he have a repeat?
Sophomore slump. Watch out for it, kids.
Yeah, that's a real thing. Can be. C.J. Stroud, can he, can he continue what he finished last year?
Right.
Going to the divisional round. Can Stephon Diggs, new Texans receiver,
Yep, that's correct.
can he help out Stroud? And what's funny is I never thought wide receiver was a point that they needed to really improve a lot on. Like, I mean, it's not a bad thing to add a guy like Stephon Diggs unless.
It's not, and especially new team, so it's going to be good digs.
Right. Unless your 2 star wide receivers are really, really young and impressionable. Then I feel like it could be a bad thing. You got Nico Harrison. You got Tank Dell. By the way, Tank Dell's going to be a star in this league, man. Why he was involved in that tush-push play last season.
Right.
Where he was running across in motion and then ended up breaking his leg and ending his season on a tush-push play. But I think he's gonna be a big star this year or this in his career here at some point. But yeah, I think this will be a good measuring stick, maybe for both teams, to kind of see where they're at. If if the Texans continue to be who they were last year. Colby, number 2, week 14. Another litmus test for the Cowboys, and it's on the biggest stage, Monday Night Football.
I think that Sunday Night Football is the biggest
Yeah,
stage.
but they call it that still. I think you're right. I think Sunday Night Football, I think we've talked about this before, has taken over as the most prestigious game of the week, right?
Yep.
But Monday Night Football's no joke, except for before Troy and Joe got there.
In comparison to Thursday Night Football, you're correct.
Yes.
It is no joke.
So it is the Cincinnati Bengals at AT&T Stadium.
Okay, go ahead and drop them down the list under Houston and go ahead and drop them to under the Steelers.
Okay. All right. So you've got them under the Steelers.
Yep. I mean, Burrow, is he back? Is he going to be good? Is it they're going to be able to protect him? What they got going on there, is this the bounce back year? I don't think so. And that's the other team that I root for. I don't call myself a Bengals fan, but when the Bengals are playing and it doesn't have any effects on the Cowboys, I will root for the Bengals.
Right. No, and I like the Bengals. You realize they're the only team in that division, the AFC North, that did not make the playoffs last year?
Right.
Because of Burrow's injury, right?
Right.
And you had the Browns making the playoffs behind Joe Flacco. And then somehow Kenny Pickett and Mason Rudolph leading the Steelers to the playoffs, and neither one of them are there anymore.
No.
And then, of course, the Ravens were the Ravens and laid an egg in the AFC Championship game at home.
Who would have seen that coming?
To the cheating Chiefs.
They weren't cheating.
The Kansas City Cheats. By the way, another team I write for. That'd be nice. Colby, my number 1 primetime matchup for the Dallas Cowboys in 2024. According to you, it's the biggest game of the week. Sunday Night Football. Dun, 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 dun.
Yep.
I don't think we can do that. At the San Francisco 40 butt cracks.
49ers, dear sweet God. Well,
this is the ultimate litmus test in week 8. So you are, I don't know when their bye week is. I don't have it in front of me, but you're 7 or 8 games into the season, or 6 or 7 games into the season. And you have to go to San Francisco.
That's going to be a game that we are all going to get super hyped for, and if it goes according to Hoyle, we will simply go out there and we will drop our pants and we will take a deuce on the field, and then we will walk out there very embarrassed. If history goes to show us what is going to happen, that's what's going to happen. I'm going to get hyped, and I'm going to tell you, like, you know, the week before where you're going to be listening to this podcast, you're going to hear me talking about how that there's ways that we could win, because I've got to convince myself there's ways that we can win this game and we can do great. This will be amazing. And just watch. This is where we prove ourselves. And this is, you know, we've been waiting on this, and we're just going to go out there and we're going to crap our pants.
Will Mike Zimmer's defense have a different result than Dan Quinn's defense?
God, I hope so.
Or are we just going to bring Nolan back and let him go coach that game?
No. Not unless you're talking about Nolan Ryan.
Mike Nolan.
If you're going to get Nolan Ryan, then maybe.
Yeah.
Go figure it out. We need beef.
Need some Advil. So yeah, that's to me, that's my number 1 matchup, and I love when it comes in the season. So you know you've gelled a little bit. You're either 6 or 7 games into the year for both teams.
Yep.
I even like that it's on the road for the Cowboys.
We're going to be so hyped because you know the Cowboys is going to be, whether you don't like what they did in the offseason, most of us don't. This team's not going to be bad.
Oh, so their Cowboys bye week is the week before, so they have 2 weeks to prepare for the road matchup with the Niners.
And if you're McCarthy, if you're Dak, and this is somehow your last season with the Dallas Cowboys, this is the game that you want at least one time to walk out of there with a W. You feel like you have to. And you know what? probably not going to happen.
Probably not going to happen, but if it somehow does, I think it gives you a little bit more confidence when I say when, because it's probably inevitable that you got to go back in there again in the playoffs for the, third year in a row.
Right. Well, no, because you didn't make it there last season because you couldn't get past the
Oh,
gimme.
that's right. For the third time in 4 years.
You couldn't get past the gimme.
It wasn't a gimme. They were the
Couldn't get
Fudge Packers.
Yeah, they couldn't get. That was the gimme.
I don't think they were a gimme. The Packers win that division this year.
They were the gimme, Tim.
There's no gimmies in the playoffs, Colby. Just ask the Cowboys. Stupid Cowboys. Setting me up for disappointment again. I need to get my blood pressure medication refilled before the season starts.
Probably
be a good idea. All right, Colby, you ready to share some stuff with us?
Sure am, Tim.
Well, then let's do it.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you, me. Thank you, you, for making us sound good. News and Notes is where I search the World Wide Web for the weird.
Internets.
And by God, I found it. Let's go to Houston.
Ew, gross.
That's Texas's taint. So, before you go sending wedding announcements and posting pics of the beautiful ceremony on social media, it's a good idea to make sure the ink is dry on your divorce papers from a previous marriage. Unfortunately, one Houston man is learning that very important lesson the hard way. A woman who wanted to be identified as Tammy told Houston's ABC 13, slow news week, that she learned her husband, Marcus Andra Shorten, was marrying another woman after seeing a post for their wedding registry on Facebook in December of 2023. Tammy says the post was especially shocking because she and Marcus are still married.
Huh. I guess that's one way to break up with your wife.
Yeah. By the way, I've left.
I've moved on.
Now, Tammy didn't think this thing through because if you just went and looked at Marcus Andra Shorten on Facebook, you can pretty much find out who Tammy is real quick.
Oh, no.
But, yeah, Tammy, who is Shorten's third wife,
Been there.
says the two got married in 2012, separated in 2019, although she brought up the idea of divorce to him. More than once, he refused, saying he didn't want his family to think of him as a failure. Shorten, watch your family thinking about your fourth bride right now if you didn't tell them about that you were split up from your third one.
Huh.
None of your family can follow you on the Facebook?
I feel like he didn't think that one through.
No, I don't think Shorten was thinking with the brain that's supposed to direct all the things right. I think he was thinking about the shortened penis.
Again, we've all been there.
The shortened one. So
2.5 inches.
at any rate, can you imagine that Facebook post? This is your wedding registry and you know Marcus over there. And you're like, wait, what's going on? And then you jump through the comments and there's Tammy going, hey, aren't we still married? I want to see that Facebook post so bad.
That would be so great.
I want to so bad. Because I'm not one that loves drama live and in person. I'm not one that loves drama via the TV. But I am one that will swim through some comment sections just to look to see what's going on. And when you see stuff like that happening, you get that kind of tingle feeling you had when you first watched Different Strokes and the boys went to the bike shop.
Bike store, yep.
Yep. Except it's not as much of a cringe as it is a ooh, like your friend got called to the principal's office. It's that same feeling. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure that happened for everybody else. The only thing I ask is I wonder when Tyler Perry's doing this movie.
Medea's next wedding.
That's right. So let's go from there to how the fuck you do that? As we're going to New York. We're going to Suffolk.
Mm-hmm.
as an off-duty county police officer rescued a fisherman who was suffering rapid blood loss after an accident in the Atlantic Ocean Wednesday. So, William Permenter, an off-duty Suffolk County officer in the 2nd Precinct, was fishing 80 miles southeast of Shinnecock in the Atlantic Ocean, and when he heard a Mayday call announced on the marine radio at around 2 p.m., quickly sprang into action and contacted the victim's boat using the radio to offer assistance. The off-duty officer was able to locate the victim's boat. The victim, 66-year-old Norman Orsinger, was bleeding from both legs after he was punctured by a fish hook while attempting to catch a yellowfin tuna. That's where I got to stop. How big is this hook?
Both legs?
You punctured both legs enough to be bleeding out to where your life is in danger. Did you hook them at one time? Like, it's a huge... how big is this hook? Or did it go through one leg and you're like, oh, crap, and then pulling it out, you end up hooking the other leg? What
sewing your legs together?
What is going on? So he made it to the hospital. They say that he's going to survive. But I still got to know, the fuck were you doing? And how did you think you hooked the fish and you hooked yourself and you just What? I'm no like deep sea fisherman and whatnot, but come on, man. I mean, I know that the hooks have to be bigger than what you use it for, like lake fish and stuff. If you're going after, big fish,
Just fishing for a yellowfin tuna?
Yeah.
Okay, those are pretty big.
Pretty big, right? So the hook's got to be substantial.
Yeah.
How'd you hook yourself in both legs?
I feel like you need some fishing lessons.
Like, I mean, I don't think if you tried to, you could pull that off.
Only on accident.
But, yeah, so he punctured both his legs with the fish hook while attempting to catch it. So he's in mid zzz. He's doing all that. And was the other hook laying on the boat or something? And he just got tugged into it because he didn't have it mounted or something. And just landed. What? I need more to know, but that's all they have in this article.
And then it started getting resistance, so he kept pulling harder and harder. I got something. You
got you, my dude. That's what you've got. So let's go to Charlottesville. So police say a man was killed Saturday night in Charlottesville after being hit by a vehicle. What they say happened is this man who didn't know this woman tried to attack this woman while she was in her car. So she put that in drive because she was tired of being attacked and pulled away. He might have been in the way when she pulled away, ran him flat over. He did. But here's my question is I don't know what's wrong with you, but if there's a woman that's in a car and you don't know them, you just think, I got to attack that person, you may want to wait till they're out of the 2-ton vehicle that's also a weapon, because they can attack you with that. Like, don't walk up to the man with the shotgun and go and start trying to hit him. You might get shot. Yeah, don't pick fights, but if you are going to pick a fight, try to pick somebody that's unarmed. If you're unarmed and you're just swinging fists, you want them to just be swinging fists. Don't go up to them when they've got an actual weapon that can kill you and start trying to pick up. That's stupid.
Don't take a knife to a car fight.
That's a bad idea. Let's go to the Daily Star, because the Daily Star has enough stupidity that I can somehow feel that I'm smarter. As a new conspiracy theory is dominating the internet after a Reddit user shared what they believe to be evidence showing that there is a barrier protecting Earth from aliens. What? Multiple aliens have told humans that there is a barrier around planet Earth that stops them from coming here without permission. A new conspiracy theory has claimed. Whose permission? Like, do they turn off the barrier if you granted permission?
Who controls the barrier?
Do we have force fields?
Tractor beams?
Who answers that? Is it Biden picking up the phone going, huh?
Good morning to you.
Hello? Who is this?
Jill.
Hey. We got, click. Because he forgot he was on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So for centuries, humans have often wondered why aliens look like. Who wrote this article? A child.
Probably me.
And what aliens actually look like. That's what they tried to say. Mm-hmm. And whether or not they're even real. However, without concrete verified proof, no one's been able to confirm what they are with 100% certainty. This has now led the human mind to wander into the weirdest parts of the world of conspiracy theories, and the latest one being explored via Reddit. Again, they are saying that aliens have communicated with them, saying, we can't get inside your barrier to communicate with you. What the hell is going on?
Then how did they tell them?
I don't know. I don't know. They just went up to the drive-through speaker that's obviously on the outside of the barrier, and there's like, deet, deet. Hey, can we come in? No, wait, who is this and why are you wanting in? We're aliens. We'd like to come see your Earth. Why can't you get in? There's a barrier. Is that what happened? At any rate, barriers, people. Keeping the aliens at bay. More of those things that they have down at the South Pole with all that other alien equipment.
The ice wall.
That will blow your mind. It's also where the end of the Earth's at for all you flat earthers.
Yeah.
So there you go. Let's go from there to the worst article written in the USA Today. And by that, I mean not self-aware at all. As they wrote an article in the Nation section of the USA Today talking about how honeymoon now a prison nightmare after Hurricane Beryl strands couple in Jamaica. A Louisville couple's honeymoon in Jamaica has turned into a personal hell because of Hurricane Beryl. The couple has had trouble getting food, water, and information. Jordan and Maggie Paschetti are desperate for an affordable plan to get them back home to Louisville. You wrote an article about that, huh? Not the fact that there was a Category 5 hurricane that hit Jamaica and all the troubles that surround Jamaica because of the Category 5 hurricane that hit them. No, we're worried about the couple from Louisville that just got stuck there on the honeymoon. And they now need an affordable way out.
Just trying to help the patrons.
Right. Most tone-deaf article I've seen in a while. I've seen them.
Nobody cares about death and destruction. It's just helping people.
Just worried about the Louisville couple.
Yeah.
Not
maybe she's from Louisville.
Not the rest of Jamaica.
Louisville.
Holy crap. And there you go, everybody. That's news and notes.
Wow.
I didn't get around to your story.
It's all right. We'll do it next 4th of July.
Yes.
Lord knows there'll be enough.
Oh, you know what? His story was somebody wore fireworks like a hat and killed themselves in Florida. Congratulations.
Blew up his head.
Yep. Kaboom.
Trying to be funny. I think the story actually said he was trying to be funny.
Yeah, look at me, everybody.
Hey, y'all, watch this. Famous last words.
4 M80s tied together can't do any damage, can they?
Colby, you know what doesn't go together? Alcohol and fireworks.
No, they don't, but yet they do.
Go together great, like me and all 3 of my ex-wives. We are the Colby Sapp and IndyCarTim show right here on FanStream Sports. We appreciate everybody that's tuned in and been a part of this one over at fanstreamsports.com on the mobile app. All of you friendly folks on TikTok, appreciate all of you guys tuning in. I promise one day you'll get to see Colby, unless you just go over to YouTube and you can see him today, right now. You know, that's kind of up to you. But also on all of our other streaming services, if you don't already, please go subscribe to the podcast on your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever your preference is. We are live every Monday and every Wednesday, 7 o'clock Central Time, all of those places I just told you about. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Thanks to all our sponsors, Turf Life, Golf Central Magazine, Orion Golf, and all the non-golf related sponsors that we'll have one day. That would be really cool. By the way, Colby, we're about to have a vodka and a bourbon sponsor us. Ooh. Yeah, a real-life liquor sponsor.
Nice.
It's coming. We'll tell you guys all about it when it gets here. We'll be back on Wednesday with another Colby Sapp and IndyCarTim show. Until then, boys and girls, we'll see ya.